By 2050, the number of people diagnosed with cancer every year is going to nearly double. That's going from 20 million people today to almost 35 million. And it's not just more people, it's younger people. Cancers we used to see in someone's 70s are showing up in people in their 30s and 40s. Colon cancer, breast cancer, stomach cancer. They're all climbing in adults who were told they were too young to worry about it. It's nothing. That's close to 15 million more people a year hearing the word cancer about themselves. Every year. But 4 in 10 of those cancers are preventable. Not someday and not with some breakthrough you're waiting on. They're preventable by you if you start now. So in this short video, I'm going to give you 5 things you can start today that are going to dramatically lower your cancer risk. And every one of them is going to make your life better, whether you ever face cancer or not. We talk about cancer like it's a lightning strike. It's random, it's bad luck, and it is. It's something that happens to someone else. Sometimes it's something that happens to old people. For a lot of people you've met on this podcast, none of that is true. Precancerous cells are common. Whether they ever turn into something that can kill you has a lot to do with the life you live around them. So the thing that saves the most lives from cancer isn't treatment, it's prevention. And the data isn't even close. So researchers have tracked 5 of the most common cancers over 45 years. That's from 1975 to 2020. Prevention and early detection accounted for 80% of the deaths that were avoided. 4 out of 5. The newest drug didn't do the heavy lifting. People not getting cancer or catching it early did. So this video isn't about a miracle cure. There's no such thing, and I want to make sure you don't need one. It's about the choices you make that make your body a place where cancer struggles to take hold. All right, I promised you 5 things. So number 1, feed your body. This is changing how you think about food. It's not about calories, it's about instructions. Every bite you eat tells your body to do something. The question is what? For a handful of rogue cells to become a tumor, they need 2 things, a blood supply and the right conditions. They can trick your body into building new blood vessels and feed them. And they thrive when there's chronic inflammation running in the background, a low, constant fire that helps them grow. By the way, I'll add the studies and the support for this in the show notes and in the articles on kcapodcast.com. So the way you turn that fire down is with real food. Whole, unprocessed food, high-quality protein like grass-fed beef and pastured eggs. I know they're expensive, more expensive than others, but cancer's really expensive. If you're going to eat beef, do it less frequently, but grass-fed. And pastured eggs are coming down in price all the time. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables, grown organically if you can afford it, or cleaned well if you can't, but food that came from a farm, not a factory. That kind of eating carries the nutrients and the plant compounds that back up your body's own defenses, calm inflammation, and builds a body strong enough to fight those rogue cells. What actually feeds the fire is the processed stuff, the ultra-processed stuff. Sugar, sugary drinks, processed meat, like the deli counter, hot dog, bacon in a package. Those meats have been classified as carcinogens, not a grass-fed steak. That's the factory version. And the closer your food is to how it was meant to be, how it grew, the more it works for you instead of against you. So habit 1, look at your plate. Is it real food or is it food-shaped products? Build it around whole food and put some color on it. The more fruits and vegetables, the better. Swap a packaged snack for fruit or a handful of berries. You're not just eating, you're making it harder for cancer to find a foothold, meal by meal. And by the way, the occasional hot dog, the occasional cookie, brownie, slice of cake, once in a while isn't going to hurt you. Habit 2, move your body. We're told to exercise for our hearts and our waistlines. One of the most important jobs almost never gets mentioned. Exercise fights cancer directly. Okay, here's what sitting all day does and works against you. Kind of adds to that same chronic inflammation, and it lets your immune system get lazy. Your immune system is supposed to be a team of soldiers hunting for trouble. If you never mobilize them, they don't do their job. Moving with purpose changes that. And this is not about becoming a marathon runner or an Ironman participant. Exercise is one of the best anti-inflammatories there is. It helps regulate hormones like insulin and estrogen, which can act like fertilizer for certain cancers. It helps your body manage blood sugar, which makes your whole system less friendly to tumor growth. And exercise wakes up your natural killer cells, the ones whose entire job is finding and destroying threats, and it puts them on alert. The American Cancer Society recommends 150 to 300 minutes of moderate activity a week. Sounds like a lot. It's 30 to 60 minutes, 5 days a week. Don't be scared. Take a fast walk after lunch. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Go on a bike ride. Find something you don't hate and bolt it on to something you already do. And here's the secret to make this habit work. Make it social. This is the part the research is loudest about and the part most people skip over. Enroll in a class, make friends in it, and commit to seeing them. Plan to grab a salad or some fruit together afterward, a light lunch. So the class isn't the commitment, the person is. Because the studies are clear. We show up for exercise far more reliably when someone is waiting for us than any other reason, even lowering your cancer risk. The immediate reward of seeing someone and spending time with them beats the far-off one every time. These little built-in joys, the friend you hate to stand up, the laugh in the middle of class, the salad afterwards, they're all happiness tripwires. Small things you set up on purpose so you trip into something good just by showing up. I leaned on happiness tripwires hard to get through chemo, and they work just as well for building a new habit. Load your workout plan with enough of them, and you stop forcing yourself to go. You start looking forward to it. Let the people and the tripwires be the reason you go, and the cancer prevention be what you get for having shown up. So the walk after lunch isn't a walk. It's your defenses running a patrol. So we're about halfway through the 5. You have 2 of them. If you're finding this useful, subscribing is what gets it in front of more people, which is the only reason I do this. Okay, back to it. Habit 3, manage your weight. Now, of course, this one's connected to habits 1 and 2, but it earns its own spot. We used to think of body fat as just fat. I know I did. It isn't. Fat is an organ. It's a metabolically active organ. It's a factory. It never shuts off, and it's constantly sending out signals. When there's too much fat, that factory pumps out inflammatory signals and hormones that trigger growth, like of cancer cells. In the United States, excess body weight is linked to about 7% of all cancer deaths. So it's not about how you look, and it's not about the number on the scale. It's about turning down the volume of that factory. So skip the crash diet. Sustainable change is built on the habits you're already learning. That's what's going to move this. So if you do habit 1 and you eat real, whole food, and habit 2, you move every day, you're already taking 2 of the most powerful steps. If you and your doctor decide a GLP-1 helps you get there, and you can afford it or your insurance covers it, go for it. But if you do, make sure you're doing resistance-based exercise for your bone density and eating enough protein to feed your body. Medication can help you take the weight off, but it can't build the strong body underneath. That's on you. So don't make this about a number you pass or fail. Make it focused on something you want. Maybe there's a big trip and you want to be stronger and be able to enjoy more of it. Or maybe you have grandkids and you want to be able to easily get on the floor and play with them. Or walk a marathon or a 5K or something that's been sitting on your someday list. Pick the reason that means something to you and let getting healthy be how you get there. That's why Team in Training and every cause-based athletic fundraiser works. They're marrying health with purpose. Nobody trains for 6 months because a chart told them to. They do it for the purpose, for the cause, for the person they're running for the people they're running with. So do it for yourself. Build a life where you're strong and healthy and hard for cancer to touch. Habit 4, alcohol. Okay, this one's hard. And you're probably not going to like it because alcohol is part of how we celebrate, how we relax, how we connect, and we treat it as harmless. Your body treats it as poison. The International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, which I've learned about, they are studying cancer incidence data all around the world. They classify alcohol as a group 1 carcinogen. That puts it in the same company as asbestos and tobacco. And there's overwhelming agreement that it raises the risk of at least 6 different cancers. Here's why. When your body breaks down alcohol, it produces a chemical that I think is called acetaldehyde. That chemical damages your DNA, and DNA damage is where cancer starts. Alcohol also disrupts your hormones and makes it harder for your body to absorb those nutrients in the fabulous whole food from habit 1. If you smoke and drink, the risk doesn't add up, it multiplies. The American Cancer Society is very clear. For cancer prevention, it's best not to drink at all. I've pretty much stopped. Now, I wasn't really a big drinker, so it wasn't a hard trade, but I don't miss it, and I sleep much better. And if you're not going to stop completely, that's okay. Be honest about it and set boundaries. Maybe it's no alcohol during the week, or maybe it's 1 glass of water for every drink. Every time you reach for water or tea, you're lowering your risk. That's the trade. Stop inhaling extra chemicals. This, if you are inhaling extra chemicals, is the single biggest lifestyle change you can make without any gray area. So we're talking about tobacco and vaping. Tobacco is responsible for about 1/4 of all cancer deaths worldwide. It's linked to more than a dozen cancers, not just lungs, but mouth, throat, stomach, kidney, even bladder. Cigarette smoke carries more than 7,000 chemicals, and at least 70 of them are known to cause cancer. And every time you inhale, you deliver them straight into your bloodstream, which carries them to every organ you've got. Smokers are about 20 times more likely to develop lung cancer than people who don't smoke. And vaping isn't the safe swap it got marketed as. I spent a lot of time with oncologists over the last 3 months, and every single one of them is scared of the same thing, that we're about to see an entire generation hit with brand new lung, mouth, and throat cancers from the chemicals in vapes. The long-term data is still coming in, so no one can hand you the numbers yet. But that's what worries the people who treat this for a living, because it isn't water vapor. It's an aerosol that carries its own mix of chemicals, some of them known to cause cancer. Goes into your lungs, and it didn't come from clean air, then your body has to deal with it. So I'll be blunt. If you don't smoke or vape, don't start. If you do, quitting is the single most important thing you'll ever do for your health and the health of people around you that you love. It's not a guilt trip, it's the facts. You don't have to do this alone. Call your doctor, find a program, use resources that exist to support you through this. The moment you stop, your body starts to heal and your defense system gets to do its job. Okay, so there are the 5. 5 habits, 5 choices you get to make. Feed your body whole, unprocessed food, quality protein, lots of colors. Move every day, 30 to 60 minutes, 5 days a week, ideally. By appointment with a friend. Manage your weight to change the signals your body is sending, however it works for you to do that. Reduce or eliminate alcohol. Less is better, none is best. And stop inhaling chemicals, smoke or vapor. Non-negotiable. Make your body a very hard place for cancer. That isn't one heroic act, and you don't have to be perfect, and there's no guarantees. Not every cancer is caused by these 5 prevention activities, but it helps. Choosing real food over packaged, taking the stairs, passing on the second drink, small choices on repeat. You have a lot more say in your own health. You always did. If one idea of this was new to you, send this to someone you love. A single share can start a conversation that changes a life. Thank you for watching. I hope you make some of these choices today, and I hope whatever you're doing, you're kicking ass.